Mother, Father, God is God. Universe listening. And people watching this broadcast on Earth. These are my most precious family and the light that they have given me in my heart to spread throughout the world. Oddly enough, my own family, like probably yours, has many members who have fallen into darkness. They're bullying, they're low in self-esteem, they're not functioning up to their capability. They're trying to adjust to a culture that is a death culture. The light that they have given me to shine, and the budding, blooming flowers that continue to bloom, and I will always continue to find some from my neighborhood. These are from my yard, and there's even more in my neighbors' yards all over our neighborhood. The flowers continue to stay with us in spring. However, we are getting to the point where we are moving out of the very height of spring and moving more into late spring. And that is a sad moment for me because I feel that the young people who are the people of spring are losing that spring right now. We're going into a climate change that is going to give us mostly global summer and global winter and very little spring and fall. In other words, we're losing our temperateness and we're going to extremes. And this is all part of what comes out of patriarchy. People adjust to it over time and they become more and more limited in what you'd call their yin force. The nurturing, connecting aspect of their personality gets more and more diminished, and they adjust to domination and submission realities. And they don't even let themselves know they're doing it. It has to be kept a secret from the self in order for it to function. These people become authoritarian personalities, and our culture is now filled with them. Our world is filled with them. Our media is constantly telling us that our most successful people are the most authoritarian personalities in this or that part of the world, or those who are most able to be co-opted by them. This isn't true. Our media is a big liar, and it's run by liars who have a vested interest in, I guess, counting their own shekels over understanding the balance of love and life on this planet. These mostly men are going to simply die on top. They don't seem to want to have an extended life, and I think it's because they've lost faith in women. I think that a lot of the women in their lives are sycophants. They are enablers. They are henchmen, and none of them are very loving. They're opportunists in their own way. They're gold diggers. And that's who these men associate with, and they have lost respect for women. And our women's organizations, particularly in North America, have completely lost their way. They never talk about balance and love of work. And they missed family leave. The biggest civilizer, the biggest civilizing force in a society is balance of love and work. For both women and men and all children. We missed it. No wonder the people who are running around in this generation, many of them could care less if their land is fracked into oblivion. They don't seem to care if they lose their bees, their plankton, their forests, and their Arctic ice. They don't care. They're busy trying to just make a living, putting money in the bank and eating fast food. I don't even understand the mentality anymore, and they're on their cell phones a lot, but who knows what they say. I guess it can't be very important. It's just a lot of babble. But I have an alternative for us. It's a much finer life. It's called the New Millennial Golden Rule. It means life would become paradisal on this planet or any planet that adopts it. I hope that there are people listening from other planets, because this will help you too. I I'm beginning to think that the people on earth may be a lost cause. And I apologize for this because I, not knowing who I was for so much of my life, could not rise to the occasion fully. And I didn't, and it really needed someone to rise to the occasion fully. I was naive in thinking that everyone had the impulses toward egalitarianism and fairness and kindness and mercy that I did. Boy, was I naive, or girl, was I naive. Girl, was I naive. There's a lot of people who are adjusted to just following alpha males. They become henchmen and enablers for that process, and especially women do it too. They're isolating themselves from one another and just letting men dictate the future of their world. It's really sad to watch this. And the children are being just thrown down. The young people are just being treated like objects. It's horrible. So read the New Millennial Golden Rule. It's at 5050now.wordpress.com. Now, allegedly, this is a national holiday in this part of North America, which is wrongly called the United States because it isn't united at all, because most of the women aren't there, so I don't see how it could unite anybody. And a lot of the minorities are not there either, and most of the people who don't have money are not represented in the decisions, so I don't see how that's united. It's more like the dominated states of America. At the moment, while we watch people sheepalize their way through their daily rounds. However, the New Millennial Golden Rule would bring paradise to everyone, even the CEOs. Yeah, even the criminals. Everybody would have a good time under the New Millennial Golden Rule. Nobody gets punished. It's totally give. It's just a process that would teach us to bring forth the balance of yin and yang and repair the yin. It's really so simple. And everybody would be as abundantly wealthy as we actually are. Once we had the internet functioning at the level that it has been the last several years, we all actually became billionaires because we can get information and scenes and people to connect with in every part of the world. I mean, you couldn't have greater riches. You can look into the great homes of the world, the great castles. You can look at, even more important, the beautiful mountains, the lakes. Abundance is right in front of you, and you can stare out into the universe and see constellations, all live on camera. There's enormous wealth. So what do we need money for? I have no idea. We have more than abundant food if we will simply use organic methods and especially use solar to grow it. Then we won't create global warming. We won't create droughts. The permaculture people have figured out. They know that even with the little tiny bit that all our mistakes have left them with, they still have abundance. And they're going to probably find a way to help at least some of our bee population and butterfly population to survive and thrive again. I hope so. Mother, Father, Goddess, God, I don't want to lose this planet, and I don't want to lose these people or anyone in my world. I love them all, but they seem to be incapable of love right now. So I use the methods I would use for a little dog. I'm using training methods now. I give little treats and little tiny little sounds to make them aware that they're not doing something right. I treat them like little dogs now, and little kitty cats. The kitty cats can't be trained, pretty much. They're too independent. But little nice dogs, little carcass spaniels or little sweet French poodles that are not shorn, little Yorkies, little sweet dogs. They don't know what they're doing. They don't. They just need someone to lead them and teach them and train them, because they've been misled for so long that their little brains stop functioning and they can't think straight. It's really true. I mean, you listen to people. If you try to say something to them that connects the dots of what's going wrong in our world to patriarchy, their eyes start to glaze over within the first 3 or 4 dot connections, and they say, oh, this is too deep for me, I can't follow this. I don't know, it's a loss of intelligence, because it's a loss of emotional intelligence, because this is making them have to face their own primative tendencies, and they don't want to. Why don't they want to? Because they were embedded in them in childhood, they are emotionally deprived, and they don't have a lot of wherewithal to think things through because their emotional little engine is deprived. This is what's really going on this planet. All the CEOs need Amma and me to hug them. So I'm going to start giving hugs too. I'm going to do it like Amma. I'm going to do all these hugs, and I'm just Ra Amma. Just call me Ra Amma. Rashalama, Rajalama, whatever. I'm a mama too. My name means the mother ewe, the mother sheep. So I understand this. So go to 5050now.wordpress.com and read the New Millennial Golden Rule, and then share it. Get on the telephone and try to get a conjoint teleconference going. Use your 3-way calls and your teleconferences, which are free now on the internet. Unless we lose that, and then we'll all be kind of like, really, it'll be so devolved that the earthquakes won't stop. But you can use that capability, and also, of course, meet with neighbors in your neighborhood on the ground and your extended family. Start with the women, then bring the youth in under age 37, and then bring in the older men. Unless it's an exceptional older man who has worked intensively for equality for women. Those guys get in with the young, because they are younger at heart. And that's it. Now, this is supposedly a holiday of celebration of soldiers, I guess. I don't see why to celebrate soldiers. Even the patriarchal Bible says, thou shalt not kill. So I have no idea why we would celebrate people who are trained specifically to kill and carry weapons that kill. I don't get that. I never have. Also, we have to remember that the greatest number of dead in our wars have been, because our biggest wars have been in the modern era, and even earlier, civilians, not soldiers. It's the people that they conquer and disrupt and force into migrations and starvations and death camps that outnumber the soldiers greatly. And also the other great war on people, wife abuse and child abuse. And how come people don't connect those dots? The people who become our military generals or often abuse children. They have learned that killing in force is the way, and they take it to the next step in a larger scale. This is what is wrong with our world. We don't have enough mother love. We don't have enough auntie love. I'm an auntie, not A-N-T-I, but I'll say auntie. A-U-N-T-I-E, auntie. We need sisterhood. We need grandmotherhood. We need motherhood within our souls, whether we're female or male. And you could call it fatherhood too, if we could adjust fatherhood to something other than that which most people have known, which is a kind of a terrifying figure who's distant most of the time and comes in as a disciplinarian. That's not a father. That's strange. But that's what a lot of people have experienced in our world. No wonder we're a mess. Anyway, this is Dr. Rachel One Family. I say every day is not only Memorial Day, when we keep in memory all of our lives and all the people in them, but and all the people that we know and all the people that we know we don't know, and we may know someday, and we certainly can extrapolate to them the kindness of humanity, the kinship and kindness of humanity. So every day is Memorial Day, and every day is Mother's Day. Every day is Children's Day. Every day is Siblings Day. Every day is Christmas. Every day is Easter. Every day is Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Every day is Holi. Every day is Nowruz. Every day is all these holidays. They're all every day. Once you have the New Millennial Golden Rule, you can celebrate all your holidays whenever you want. And let's not forget Purim. That's a biggie that people forget. The promise of 50-50 to a female from a male. Big one. Let's remember that all these holidays are one holiday, especially Valentine's Day. Our hearts are every day. Our hearts are in us every day, and we have to enlighten our world to treat the female with the same love and embracing as it has the male, and even better, because she needs to be repaired. And actually, interestingly enough, that will also repair the male and give him a less warlike, less exploitative world. That's what he really wants. He just doesn't know how to get it without women. And the women seem to have such low self-esteem, they don't know how to figure out how to support one another to get it. But we'll keep trying. With God's blessing and assistance, we can make it. So the New Millennial Golden Rule has 3 components: the Panchayat Raj in every neighborhood, the genuine progress indicator instead of the gross domestic product, and the use of reparative healing and teaching circles for learning and loving and healing, based on a Native American traditional practice that emphasizes listening and the non-hierarchical speaking within the circle. You can read more about this at 5050now.wordpress.com. And the 2 other most important ingredients in the New Millennial Golden Rule are you, and you ladies, and you, and you men. You and you girls and boys too, who carry and share the New Millennial Golden Rule. And the 5th component is ever present, even in hell. The Mother, Father, Goddess, God. I thank the Mother, Father, Goddess, God for letting me reach this day. I apologize for my mistakes. I ask the Mother, Father, Goddess, God to forgive me and forgive everyone. I ask as intercessory for the whole human race, human family, community. I won't say race. There is only one, and the race is toward love. That is the race that we have to win. Toward balance, toward sustainability, toward love. I thank you, Mother, Father, Goddess, God. Our women, bless them all. Bless all my family, female and male. Our women, our children. Amen.